Hi everyone, this is Easy Math. In this video, we are going to see Class 6, Chapter 3, Ratio and Proportion. First of all, let us see what is a ratio. What is a ratio? To put it simply, it is nothing but comparing two things of the same unit. That is two things. Suppose, for example, we'll take pen and pencil. We are comparing pen and pencil. How many pens are here? Two pens. And how many pencils? Two pencils. Okay, let us have three pens. There are three pens and two pencils. Now, both are just numbers. It's count. It's number of pens and number of pencils. So, the unit is same. So, what is the ratio between pens to pencils? What is the ratio of number of pens to number of pencils? Means how many pens are here? 3 and how many pencils are here? 2. So we say the ratio is 3 is to 2. That is pens to pencils is 3 is to 2. What does it mean? There are 3 pencils and 3 pens and 2 pencils. So it is comparing two things of the same unit. And the symbol is we put two dots. And how do we read? Is to. Is to 2. And the symbol this we read it as is to, and symbol is just put two dots, one top and one is below that. 3 is to 2. Now look at this. There are two green color spoons and three red color spoons. What is the ratio between green spoons to red spoons? Green spoons to red spoons. How many green spoons are here? 2 green and 3 red. This is the ratio of green, G for green, to R for red. Now if the question is, what is the ratio of red spoons to green spoons? From red to green. So we should write red first. Green to red means number of green spoons and then red spoons. Now if the ratio is from red spoons to green spoons, then you should write red spoons first. 3 red spoons. How do you write? 3 red spoons and 2 green spoons. What is this 3? Is red to green. So green to red is 2 is to 3 and red to green is 3 is to 2. 2 is to 3 is different from 3 is to 2. 2 is to 3 and 3 is to 2 are not equal, because 2 is to 3 means green spoons to red spoons, 2 greens and 3 reds. And red to green is 3 is to 2. So 2 is to 3 is different from 3 is to 2. They are, even though the numbers are same, the order is changed. So the ratios are not equal. What does it mean? We cannot change the order of the ratio. So just like this, see some examples given in the textbook. There are 2 green triangles and 4 blue triangles. What is the ratio of green triangles to blue triangles? 2 is to 4. 2 is to 4 is from green to blue. Now what is the ratio of blue to green? 4 is to 2. Here you see we have 3 colors. What is it? We have red, blue and yellow. Red, blue and yellow. What is the ratio of yellow to blue? Yellow to blue. Yellow boxes to blue boxes. That's given tiles. Yellow tiles to blue tiles. How much it is? 2 is to 3. And blue to red, 3 is to 2. Red to yellow, 2 is to 3. And here, what is this is one out, the circle is divided into 3 portions and one is shaded. So, what is the ratio of shaded portion to not shaded? Shaded to not shaded. So, shaded is 1, not shaded is 2. 1 is to 2. And look at it here. What is the ratio of shaded to not shaded? How many shaded? 1, 2, this dark colors or black colors are shaded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are shaded. And what is not shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4 parts are not shaded or unshaded. The question then be like this. What is the ratio of shaded to the total? Shaded portion to the total. How many are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are shaded. And what is the total number of boxes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So like this we can compare any number of things of the same units. So when you compare using a ratio like this, we understand the relationship between the two given things very clearly, and we understand this in better way. And another nice example which we see in a day-to-day life is, you can ask your mother at home while cooking rice, how much of water and rice they use. You ask your parents and mom and find out. If they put 1 cup to cook 1 cup rice, they may use 3 cups of water. So for 1 cup rice, 3 cups water. So the ratio of rice to water, ratio of rice, R for rice, W for water, is 1:3. And if you see in the cooking recipes and all, they will tell you in the ratios only. Suppose for what is the recipe for cooking baking a cake? 1 cup flour with 3 cups oil or 2 cups sugar. So like this ratio is part and parcel in our day-to-day life. Without knowing it as a ratio, we have been using in all in our day-to-day life. Now we'll just summarize whatever we learnt about ratios. It is the heading is ratio and proportion. What is the definition of a ratio? Ratio is a comparison of two quantities of the same unit. Okay, or same unit means of the same kind. We cannot compare 2 rupees with 5 kg of rice. 2 rupees means with another amount only, with rupees. If we are comparing meters, we have to compare with the meters. The length of the bench to the length of the desk. Or height of one student with the height of another student. This is all this is the comparison of two measurements, two quantities of the same unit. And the symbol of ratio is, we put 2 dots, it is to. And see, I've given a few examples. The ratio of 6 boys and 5 girls. Ratio of 6 boys and 5 girls is 6:5. Okay, 6 boys and 5 girls. Ratio of maths marks in term 1 and for term 1 and term 2. Term 1 you got 70 marks, first term you got 70 marks, and second term you got 81 marks. So what is the ratio of your marks in first term and second term? 70:81. See, I have given this example, day-to-day life, which we use in a daily activity. Ratio of rice and water to cook rice. Rice to water. So 1 cup rice, we use 3 cups of water. Okay, these are the few examples of ratios. Now, what is the operation involved in a ratio? What is an operation? What are the 4 basic operations? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So, which operation is involved in this division? It is in this ratio is division. A:B is nothing but A divided by B. Operation in a ratio is division. So, A:B means we can put it as a fraction A by B. That is dividing A divided by B. So 5:7 means 5 divided by 7. It is in fraction form. The operation in a fraction is also division. So we can write ratio in the form of a fraction using a division symbol. Then each number in this ratio is called a term. Suppose if we say A:B, A is one term, B is one term. If you say, take an example, 9:11 is a ratio, and here the terms are 9 and 11. In 5:7, the terms are 5 and 7. These two numbers which we compare are called terms of the ratio, Then, as we learnt earlier, order of a ratio cannot be changed. That is, A:B is not equal to B:A. Ratio of pens to pencil is different. Pencils to pen is different. So, we cannot change the order. A:B is not equal to B:A. 5:7, you cannot write it as 7:5. First number is first only, second number has to be written second only. If you change the order, then the value of the ratio changes. So this is all about ratios. Now let us see proportion. Proportion means when two ratios are equal, when you equate two ratios, we get a proportion. This is just only one ratio. When you compare just two quantities, using this "is to" symbol, it is a ratio. And like this, when you have two equal ratios, you take, then it is called a proportion. So proportion is nothing but equality of two ratios. Two ratios are equal means equality of two ratios. That is, A:B, we put 4 dots, 2:2. We read it as A:B as C:D. We can put equal to sign, or we put 4:2. So how do we read? We don't read "is to". We read it as A:B as C:D. This is read as this 4 dots. We read it as. Okay. A::B as C::D. So A is to B is one ratio, C is to B is another ratio. We are equating two ratios using this proportionality symbol. What symbol of proportion? As. We put for is to we put 4 dots and we read it as. Okay. Now here in this proportion, this A and D, the last two terms, first term and last term, A and D are called extremes because they are the two corners. A and A is in the left corner, D is in the right corner. The terms in the corners are called extremes. And B and C are in the middle, they are called means. The terms which are in the middle, in between them, are called means, and the terms at the corners are called extremes. And when you are given a 2 ratio, how to check whether it forms a proportion or not? There we have a formula. It is a property of a proportion. If A is to B as C is to D is a proportion, then the product of the first term and last term, what are they called? Extremes. The product, what do you mean by product? Multiplication. The multiplication of A into D is equal to the product of B into C. That is, the product of the extremes is equal to product of the means. A and D are called extremes, B and C are called means. So you multiply the two extremes and multiply the two means, and if both the answers are equal, then we say the given numbers form a proportion. So these are the basic concepts about ratio and proportion. Let us do sums using these basic concepts in the next video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you.